Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. Well, today begins the week before Easter. In many churches, particularly the liturgical churches, it's called Holy Week. And I don't know, maybe the church you go to does special things during the week. We'll have something special on Friday. Many churches have something special every day. So, what I want to do is give you something special every day this week coming up to Easter. I've chosen to talk about the last few days of Jesus' life in bits and pieces we find in the Gospel of John. Now, as you may or may not know from your experience in church, last Sunday was Palm Sunday. That was the Sunday that Jesus came into Jerusalem for the last time. And then what he did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is what we call Holy Week. So this morning I want to start with a passage from John chapter 12. He's entered Jerusalem, and this is really one of the first speeches, first times he talks that we have recorded. John chapter 12, verse 24. I tell you the truth, unless a kernel of wheat is planted in the soil and dies, it remains alone. But its death will produce many new kernels, a plentiful harvest of new lives. Those who love their life in this world will lose it. Those who care nothing for their life in this world will keep it for eternity. Anyone who wants to serve me must follow me, because my servants must be where I am, and the Father will honor anyone who serves me. Well, as I said, this is one of the first recordings we have of something he said after Palm Sunday. And he says, I want to tell you the truth. He tells a story. Jesus told lots of stories. People listened and they remembered the stories. And this story was about a kernel of wheat. Now, maybe you've never seen one, but they're not very big. And I suppose he held it in his hand. He always sort of liked physical demonstrations whenever he could. And he says, you take this seed, this grain, this kernel of wheat. And if you hold it in your hand, nothing's going to happen. Except eventually, I guess it'll blow away. But if you take that and you put it down in the ground and you bury it so that it dies, that particular grain of wheat dies. But because it was in the soil, because it was being nourished, and because it didn't care about what happened to it, it grew a whole plant with many, many kernels of wheat. Now, farmers know that. Gardeners know that. Some people don't seem to know that. If you don't plant the seed in the ground, you get nothing. Nothing happens. But if you do plant it in the ground and you nurture it, you water it, you feed it, whatever it is it needs, then you'll grow something really special. And Jesus takes that illustration to make his point, because he says, those who love their life in this world will lose it. Those who care nothing about their life in this world will keep it for eternity. Now, what in the world is he talking about? What does it mean, those who love their life in this world? Well, he's not talking about being happy with life. He's talking about those who are obsessed with material things, with achievements in this world. You know, really, in his day, this passage didn't have as nearly much application as it does today in ours, because when he said it, people didn't have much. But today, we have a lot. Think of all the things you have in your house, even if you have a small one. Do you ever try to count them all? Do you ever go through one room and just start counting? Let's see, right now I'm looking over at my bookcase. I got a book. I got some books. I got lots of books. How many books do I have? I don't know, but I got a bunch. And people, I guess, would expect me to since I'm a pastor, but I'd probably have more than that even if I weren't a pastor because I just like books. But if I focus only on those books, that's what's important in life. I'm going to lose everything that's important. And lots of people focus on the wrong thing. And he's trying to tell everybody in this last week, get your priorities straight. Because you really need to. You see, if you want to live, then you can't be focused on the things of this world. It'll never get you anywhere. Look at how many celebrities who seem on the outside to have everything and they're miserable. Robin Williams was one of the best comics in the last few years that ever came along. He committed suicide. He was engulfed with depression. Now, he made wonderful movies. I love some of them. I've watched them many times, but something wasn't right inside. You take so many really, really rich who have things all over the place and they go here for vacations and go there, but they come back home and some of them are happy, but not all of them. You take the person who hoards their income, won't share it with anybody else because it's mine and I'm going to keep it. They're not happy. They don't know what life is really about. And Jesus says, if you don't do that, if you invest your life in those around you, then you will have life for eternity. He says, anyone who wants to serve me has to follow me. Jesus gave his life for others. And this week in particular, he focuses on that. So I'd like to invite you to focus on that. I hope you think about it. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll talk some more about this last week of Jesus' life on this earth. God bless you. If you have a need or a concern, let us know. We'll do everything we can as fast as we can to help meet your need. Take care of yourself. I'll be back tomorrow.